and play and learn new things each day. Hi.
Hello everyone, hope you all are good and safe at home. Welcome back to the educational channel. Dear students, today we are going to start our 6th chapter, that is called William Tell. Unit 6, lesson number 6, William Tell. Do you know children about William Tell? Have you ever heard about William Tell? He was known as a Swiss legend. A Swiss legend. It means Switzerland, legendary hero of Switzerland. William Tell was a legendary hero of Switzerland, means a hero of Swiss folklore. He became a symbol of Switzerland's national pride and independence. Because of him, Switzerland got independence. He is best known for shooting an arrow through an apple sitting on his son's head. It is the very famous incident in the Switzerland folktale, and you are going to study in this lesson. Is it? So, William Tell's feat of archery supposedly took place around 1300 when Switzerland was under Austrian rule. So when Switzerland ruling under Austrian rule, William Tell struggled more and got independence for Switzerland people. And he was very strong man and very famous climber, mountain climber, and also he was expert and that archery crossbow. So look at here. So this is a crossbow. He was an expert with that shooting with the crossbow. So you are going to study about him because he was very famous person, is it? So in this video we are going to study reading 5 paragraphs, explanation and new words. This is the first part of this chapter. Okay, so look at the meaning of new words. These are given in your textbook. Harbor a dream, it means have or cherish a dream or deep desire. Tyrannical means oppressive or unjust. So these are, once again you read out, then only we can understand the lesson, is it? So here I have given the extra meaning of new words. You can take the screenshot and write it down in your English notebook. Is it clear? Okay. So without further delay, let us start our lesson. William Tell, a Swiss legend. Before going to start reading, you should keep your textbook in front of you and put your finger. So first paragraph, let us start. To life, liberty and a free Switzerland. That was the dream every Swiss used to harbor in secret. They dared not voice it in public though. In the 15th century, Switzerland, a country in Central Europe, was governed by the Austrians. It was a tough and tyrannical regime. The Swiss had no choice but to pay heavy taxes, obey unfair laws and succumb to the whims and fancies of the Austrians overlords. Men like Baron Gessler delighted in inventing new humiliations to inflict on the Swiss. An edict forbade any farmer the use of a horse or an ox to pull his plough. After all, the Swiss farmer could haul his own plough and give his horse and ox to his Austrian counterpart. So, it is the beginning paragraph of the story. So have you seen the Switzerland? In the map you can see the Switzerland. It is one of the European country, Central European country. So in the 15th century, what was the dream of the Swiss people? To get life, to get liberty. Liberty means freedom. To get freedom, their country people. So that was the dream of every Swiss people. Every Swiss people, they used to harbor in secret, means they have a dream. They used to have a dream to get liberty, to get freedom from the Austrians, because in the 15th century, Switzerland was a country, one of the country in Central Europe, and it was governed, means it was ruled by the Austrians, and that was very tough, very strong. Tough means very strong, and tyrannical. Tyrannical means oppressive or unjust regime. Regime means government. That government, Austrian rule, Austrian government governing, they are ruling very strongly and tyrannically, very unjustable rules. They are using unjustable, unfair rules for Switzerland people. The Switzerland had no choice. They have to pay heavy taxes and obey unfair laws. They had no choice. The Swiss people had no choice. They have to pay heavy taxes and obey unfair, means which are not fair. Those rules they have to obey them. And succumb means to held, to give up. So to give up to the whims and fancies of the Austrian overlords, they have to give up those rich persons. They are leading the life. How? Whims and fancies means what we can say, unreasonable wishes. Unreasonable wishes of the Austrian overlords. Austrian rich peoples, they have to give up, they have to help, they have to give the respect for them, but they have to not use those, they have to not lead that life, they have to become as a servant for them. And men like Baron Gessler delighted in uniting new humiliations to inflict. So men like Baron Gessler, he was ruling Switzerland people, and he was one of the men, rich lord of the Austrians. He was very delighted, means very curious to using the new humiliations to the Swiss people. Inflict means to give the punishment, to give the new policies, to use new policies, new punishment on the Swiss people. He was very delighted to using new humiliations. Humiliation means embarrassment. Those embarrassment to inflict on the Swiss people. And for example, we can say an edict forbid, means an official order or command. Forbid means to refuse, to allow. And they made one rule. They made an official order, that command, they have given the command. Who? Baron Gessler. What was that? Any farmer, the use of a horse or an ox to pull his plough. After all, the Swiss farmer could haul his own plough and give his horse or ox to his Austrian counterpart. So how they are ruling, we can say the example, one example, what was that? They made Austrian men like Baron Gessler made a rule, passed that on one order, one command, that was, what was that? By using horse and ox to pull his plough, their plough, farmer, Switzerland farmer, Switzerland people, everybody will use horse and ox to pull his plough in their field. Is it? Instead of that, instead of horse and ox, the Swiss people could haul. Could haul means to pull their own plough. They have to pull their own plough, and those horse and ox to give to the Austrian counterpart. See, that much they are cruelly ruling. Who? Austrians. Austrians ruling on Switzerland people very cruel manner. So that is the one example for that how they are ruling. Next paragraph. Baron Gazler used to stack the streets and lanes of Lucerne surrounded by bodyguards just to revel in the discomfort and misery he caused the people. Power had gone to his head. It had made him a little peculiar in his habits. He placed his hat on a pole and sent it to the market square with the diktat that whoever passed by must bow to the hat as though to its owner. A soldier was posted at the foot of the pole to ensure that everyone complied with the decree. So men like Baron Gazler, he was one of the ruler of the Austrian to ruling the Switzerland very cruelly and using humiliation, new rules, new policies on Switzerland people. So he used to stack means he used to roaming, he used to walk on the streets and lanes of Lucerne. Lucerne means it is the name of the lake. So he was roaming and along with the bodyguards. Why he was roaming? To revel in the discomfort, means comfort and misery he caused the people. The Switzerland people to make misery, to make unhappy, to make discomfort to the people, so that he was roaming there. Revel means to inflict them, to dare them, and that power had gone to his head. To ruling the Switzerland people, that power had gone to his head, and it had made him a little peculiar, means very strange habit he had. Which was that one very strange habit? Look at here. He placed his hat on a pole and sent it to the market square with the diktat. Here diktat means to control. To control the Switzerland people, he made one strange habit. Strange rules. He made strange rules, that was he placed his hat. He placed his hat in the central market square. Why? Because whoever passing on that road, the market road, they have to must bow to the hat. So that much cruelly they are ruling. Who? Baron Gazler, as though it's the owner, means they have to consider as Baron Gazler should be stood there. They have to obey, they have to bow their head to that hat, and also along with that hat at the foot of the pole, that pole posted, a soldier was posted, means the soldier stood there to watch everybody was bow or not. So here decree means an official order. So they have to watch. A soldier was watching, everybody was following that rules. Here decree means an official order that has the forcefully made a law. Isn't it? I hope it is clear. The proud Swiss hated the very idea of bowing of all things to her hat. They stopped going past the pole. At times they had to take a long detour, but that was acceptable. So that one order, an official order which Baron Gazler made, they hated that very idea of bowing. Why should bow to that hat? All of things, that is a one thing. Only that is a hat. Why should we bow? Why should we bow to that hat? The proud Swiss people hated to that order, and they stopped to going past the pole. Means which line they have posted a soldier and that foot of the pole, and that road in that way they stopped to going that way. At times they had to take a long detour, means bypass, which was a bypass. Here detour means which was way, bypass way. They have acceptable. They have to accept that one. Instead of bowing to the hat, so it is better to take bypass way, which one is very long bypass way. So that much they are very respectable people, Switzerland people. So next one day William Tell decided to come to the town to buy his weekly provisions. He lived high up on the steep Alps and had not heard about Gazler's strange hat laws. Making trouble was the last thing on his mind. He had brought his little son called Karl with him. That day, as he crossed the square, the soldier on duty barked like an angry dog. Bow to the hat. Why don't you? So when that new order placed, when Gazler placed that hat on the pole in the center of the market square, so that new policy, new order, William Tell didn't know about that. So one day he came to the town because he was living high up on the steep Alps. So here Alps means like a mountain. It is a mountain range in the Western Europe. So it is called a mountain range. So William Tell was living high up on the steep means curve, very curved mountain. That name was Alps. So he was living there. So one day William Tell decided to come to the town because to buy his weekly provision. And that day he didn't hear about the Gazler's strange hat law. So that he was going on that way and he didn't bow to that hat. Then suddenly who stood there? The soldier on duty barked, means he shouted. Who? The soldier was shouted on the William Tell like an angry dog. Bow to the hat. Why don't you? The soldier barked means here the soldier said very angrily to the William Tell. Next. But why would I bow to a hat, enquired Tell. In his low, shy voice, he was truly amazed. When the soldier was on duty, when he said very angrily to the William Tell, bowed to the hat, then William Tell asked, "But why would I bow to her hat?" In his law means a shy voice, very shy house, because he didn't know about that rule, about that new policy. So he was truly amazed. He was very amazed, wondered, why should I bow to her hat? Then, because it's the hat of Baron Gessler and it represents him. Because it is the hat of Baron Gessler. So that hat represents him. If you bow to the hat, it represents you are bowing to Baron Gessler. So he given the reason, the soldier. Then Tell looked up at the hat and flatly refused to pay obeisance. "Bow to it yourself," he said defiantly. So here, obeisance, it means due to respect or reverence. So here defiantly means arrogantly, very boldly, he said. William Tell looked at the hat and flatly means very easily refused. Very normally he refused to pay respect. That one respect, to giving the respect to the Baron Gessler. And he said, very boldly boldly means very arrogantly, directly he said, "Bow, you bow to it yourself." Next, the guard got very angry. So the great William Tell refuses to obey me. "I know you. You are the famous archer, the best mountaineer, the best boatsman at Lake Lucerne, the most popular human being living this side of the Alps. You are now going to be imprisoned." Then look at the picture. The soldier got very angry and he said that, so the great William Tell was refusing to obey this act. "I know you. You are the famous archer and the best mountaineer and the best boatsman at Lake Lucerne. But you are the most popular human being living this side of the Alps. I know you. But now you are not giving respect, not bow to the hat. So now you are going to be imprisoned. You are going to imprison means you are going to get punishment." Next. Now I am going to explain briefly by showing the pictures. Look at the picture. It is Switzerland, one of the country of Central Europe, and it was governed by the Austrians in the 15th century. So that Swiss people used to had a dream to get freedom, to get a free Switzerland. So because the Austrians ruling very strongly and very badly, and they made unjust rules. And look at the picture, they are ruling very cruelly, and Austrians made them as their servant. So men like Baron Gessler inventing new humiliations to inflict on Swiss, means to use new punishment on the Swiss people. so that he made one order. Instead of using horse and ox to pull the plough, they have to pull, Swiss people, they have to pull those plough and those horse and ox to give to the Austrians. And he was roaming on the street and lanes of Lucerne, and one day he placed that his hat on the pole. He placed and he dictated, means to control to all the Swiss people, and he placed a market square. Every Swiss people, they have to bow to the hat and to cross that line. But Swiss people hated that bowing. Some people hated because it was the only things, that is a hat. So they are stopped to going that side. Look at the picture. That side they have taken the long bypass. And one day William Tell decided to came to town to buy his weekly provisions. He didn't know about that. He was living on the steam Alps. He was living on the Kerr mountain, and he came along with his son Karl. And he didn't know, that's why he was passing that side. The soldier said to the William Tell, he said, bow to the hat, why don't you? Then William Tell asked, why should I bow to hat? Then he said that it is the hat of Baron Gazler, and it is represents to the Baron Gazler, they have to give the respect. Then William Tell refused. He flatly refused to obey, and he said, you have to bow to that hat, I don't. Then the guard got very angry, and he said, oh, so you are the great William Tell refusers. You are the great William Tell. You are the best mountaineer, best archer, and best boatsman at Lake Lucerne. If you refuse this, you will get punishment. You are going to be in prison. Means you will become arrested. So the soldier said to the William Tell. So today's paragraph this much. I hope you understood. So we will continue in the next video. Okay. Now take down the homework, write the meaning of new words in English notebook, and read the whole lesson 2 times. Is it clear? Okay. So remaining paragraphs we will continue in the next video. Till then, thank you my dear students.